Seth,
yes.
Where did you pull this one out of? You were phenomenal.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
From one fellow Canadian to another.
Exactly.
No, but seriously, I understand that you really went hard for this one.
I didn't go that hard. I mean, I honestly, I auditioned for it, but I didn't want to like force my. It wasn't one of those things where I was calling and being like, "You got to put me in. You got to put me in it." I'm much too self-conscious about my performing to do that. I really was very happy to come in and present what I was able to do, and if they didn't want it, then I was more than happy to not do it. You know, because I did. And after audition, months went by before I heard that I ultimately got the role. During which time I assumed someone else got the role, and I wasn't resentful towards that person or them. I thought, great. I can't wait to see the movie. I hope they got someone great. You know, I really was not like, I have to do this. It's something that I was incredibly excited at the prospect of doing, but again, I didn't want to like insert myself into something that I'm not even going to finish that analogy.
You know what, though? You know what, but you were so good.
That's not going anywhere.
It's not going. It's not. But you know what? To have Woz there by your side and give you the thumbs up on this—that's pretty awesome.
It was very nice, and it's honestly not even something that I thought about that much until after the fact. And when I heard he liked it, I was like, oh, he could have hated it, and that would have sucked. And I realized that there was a whole thing I could have been worrying about that I wasn't, which was a missed opportunity.
After working on this, what did you learn about Steve Jobs that you never knew before, kind of just like really impressed you or just surprised you?
I didn't know anything about Steve Jobs going into this, honestly. So everything, I was both, appalled and impressed by everything I learned about him, you know. Yeah, for me, I had put very little thought into him before. I hadn't really read about him or done anything. I mean, reading the screenplay was the first inundation of information I got about him, and I thought it was incredibly interesting. But more so, I thought the movie was a good movie, and even if Steve Jobs was a fictional character, it would have been an incredible screenplay and an exciting movie to watch and be in. So. I think that really speaks to how well it was executed.
Yeah. Working opposite Fassbender, how was that for you?
It was really great. I've been a fan of his for a long time. I'd met him a few times in the past, and we talk about expressing the desire to work with one another. I did not think it would be in like one of his fancy movies. I thought if anything, it'd be in like a Funny or Die video or something.
I'd like to see that, though.
Yeah, one day maybe. Yeah.
I would really like to see that. I think that's going to happen.
We'll see how tough the promotional tour gets.
You deliver such a great line. You can be decent and gifted at the same time. And Seth Rogen, you've proved that. How important is that to you?
It's probably more important to be decent than gifted to me in my day-to-day life because, I don't know, one's very debatable and the other is not as debatable, you know. I try to be nice to people in general. I'm unhappy when I'm not nice to people, and I regret it often if I'm not nice to people, and I want people to be nice to me, selfishly, and so I find they are nice to me if I'm nice to them. And as far as work goes, I mean, I always just try to work very hard and try to do things that I think are original and things that I'm inspired by. But again, that's far more debatable than the being nice to people thing.
You've proven time and time again. I mean, you're so wonderful. And I mean, honestly, you're not just saying this because I'm blowing smoke up your ass or anything, but you really are. But I say this all the time. Why do funny people make such great dramatic actors?
Because I honestly think they're the same thing. And I don't think, if anything, comedians are doing one more thing than dramatic actors are doing. Like, when we're shooting a scene when, you know, me and Franco are screaming at each other for, you know, jerking off on each other's magazines, it is no different than when me and Michael Fassbender are screaming at each other. The only thing is we're arguing about something stupid, and they're arguing about something not stupid, you know? But we treat it exactly the same. The reason it's funny is because we commit to it fully and believe it fully, and people for some reason don't like to think that. Yeah.
You're great. So great always talking to you. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you. Really
always a
appreciate
pleasure,
it.
Seth.
Yeah,
thank you so much.